If you would have told me before today that the Washington football team would have come down from 17-0 deficit to knock off the Eagles, a team that they suck against, in a stadium that they also suck playing in, I'd have said you were out of your mind. But clearly, those of y'all that saw that coming knew what the frick you were all talking about. So, let's get into it. I'm going to try and make this quick as I always do and don't always succeed at. But anyways, just for starters, the Washington football team just showed us what Redskin football is supposed to look like. That's right. That's what Redskin football is supposed to look like. And it took the Washington football team to show us that. Granted, we didn't run the ball all that well. We didn't have that great of an offensive performance, but that's the Washington football team. Redskin football, before I let myself succumb to that, Redskin football is about team domination, if that's to put it one way. Controlling the tempo of the game. We don't have to run for all the yards. John Riggins back in the day, he didn't have a whole bunch of long yards, but what he did, he ate away at that defense, the opposing defense. And this game was definitely won by our defense, as our defense did for us many times back in the 80s and the good old days that I'm going to try not to bring up as much so I don't sound like a delusional but a fan that's stuck in the past. Dwayne Haskins, he had an overall solid day, had a couple nice runs, good throws. There's a lot that he needs to work on, obviously, especially in the first half. He started the game 3 for 11, but finished, I think it was, 14 for his last 20. So that's a really solid finish. Didn't turn the ball over once. Came close a couple times. Had a couple drop picks. Carson Wentz had a couple of drop picks, but also a couple picks that were caught by Moore Squared, a.k.a. Jimmy Moreland and Fabian Moreau, two young guys who haven't really shown us much yet in the past. Some promising flashes, but today showing us some great I don't want to say debuts because I feel like they've started before, but some more great promise in the starting lineup, if that makes enough sense for y'all. I think we're definitely in a good spot with this win. I wouldn't count. Stuff like this isn't going to happen all the time against every team, but with the way we look today, there's going to be some things that we're going to see from this team. There's going to be some more things that are going to surprise us. This team's full of surprises. And I think evidently, as much as I could go into the nitty-gritty with the stats, which the last stat I should mention was the 8 sacks that we recorded on Wentz. You got Chase Young, 1.5 sacks in his rookie debut. Awesome showing by him. Even despite his offsides penalties, he's shown to be a great pass rusher. Ryan Kerrigan becoming the all-time leading Washington sacker. Good stuff. I got the stats pulled up on my computer right behind behind my phone, which I'm recording this video with. So in case you're wondering how I had that so ready for y'all. But just to make one final point, because there's not really too much to talk about. If you haven't all seen the game, which I hope y'all have, if not, you should watch the NFL's YouTube 10-minute highlight video if they release on YouTube later today, which, I don't know, it's a thing that they do nowadays. But you can definitely see that there has been a much more football-oriented culture. And if you want to know what I mean by that, it's like we're playing football here. We're not just like sitting around being cute. We're actually changing the outcome of the game. We're putting the game in our own hands. You saw for the first time, it looks like ever that we played Carson Wentz, because I don't think we've ever beaten Carson Wentz. For the first time ever, we made Carson Wentz look uncomfortable. At the end of the first half, you could tell he was taking those unnecessary deep shots. His arm was getting tired, and Carson Wentz never looked the same from there on in. And it showed. Jack Del Rio's defense was tenacious after a pretty I'm just going to say a pretty shitty first quarter and not much of a better second quarter. That was just don't mind that. But Ron Rivera going for it on that 4th down and 1 in the red zone. That was just game-changing plays. It was so much better coached than what we're accustomed to seeing. And I don't want to say that we should accustom ourselves to seeing this because, things can change like the seasons with this team. But it was so much better. It just wasn't going to... You just had that feeling that it was going to end like it did under Jay Gruden and such. And then it didn't. It was different. And that's why it was good. It was different than what we see, than what we've been accustomed to seeing. And I don't want to make any guarantees, but this could be the beginning of something special in Washington. And I've been all over the place as I usually am, but I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it here so that I don't drag on, but I'll try to make some more recaps for you guys, maybe some more predictions. We'll see how I'm feeling about things. It's all dependent on that. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Redskins Fans Unite, and have a great day. Hail.